Fuck the Oscars, you know? Fuck the Oscars! Fuck you!
The movies, the internet stuff is so violent. It's so incredible.
I seem worried about it just because the consumption of these violent video games has been going up continuously since the early 90s, and yet youth violence has been going down.
If you look at juvenile crime statistics, which have gone down dramatically over the past 15 years, it really doesn't seem to bear what the American pediatric
You can pick up guns, knives. You can now choose to punch, kick, headbutt people, stab them.
Shit. What's going on, everybody? The end is nigh. It is November 1st. This is Tuned In Live. My co-host Mike is out and about right now. He should be back anytime soon. I'm going to see how long I'll keep the podcast going for. Maybe about an hour or so. I don't know, depending if we get any more listeners and if we get any more guests in here. Anyway, if you want to be a guest on the show, right now the only way to hit me up is on Discord. So I'm in the Jeff Hagee Show Discord. So if any of you guys are listening in, if you guys want to be a guest on the show today, if you want to talk, have some fun, whatever, just shoot me a message over there on Discord. I am live on the Discord, and I will bring you in. We are no longer on Twitter, and I will get to that here momentarily. And of course, we don't have a Facebook group page anymore. I voluntarily took that down a few weeks ago just to focus mainly on Twitter, but now our Twitter is gone, and I will get into that in a little bit. So anyway, if you guys are listening, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, Arrow Entertainment. We are also live on twitch.tv/Arrow with a name. So last night was a pretty good night. It was Halloween, and plus it was daylight savings time. So if you guys forgot to roll your clocks back, do that now. It is not 1:52 in the afternoon if you're on the East Coast. It is 12:52. Make sure you reel that clock back, because you're going to be confused. You might go into work an hour late, and you don't want to get fired for that. So yeah, three things happened last night, of course. You know, is the first off is the... Oh, can I hear you? Who is that? Oh, there he is. What's going on, man?
Can you hear me?
What's up, TCB? I mean...
TCB, I'm gonna whip your fucking ass, motherfucker.
What's going on, man? You said you out and about?
I can hear you low. I don't know if I can hear you low, but...
I can hear you loud and clear.
Alright, well, I'm fucking looking for a god dang fucking...
You're looking for an aquarium.
Yeah, fucking aquarium, fucking... the quarter tank of gas in a fucking truck.
Oh man, is it an aquarium for your? Is it an aquarium for your girl or you?
No, it's for fucking going mother.
Oh, okay.
Ass.
What species of shark is she housing in that?
I don't know. What? That better be a damn big ass shark. That's all I gotta.
So,
motherfucker better be.
Yeah. So anyway, today we're talking about quite a few things going on, especially with the upcoming election here in a couple of days. Oh yeah, so we'll get to that in a little bit here. I know you're kind of cutting out on us. It's probably because of your connection and all, because like you're out and about.
City of.
Damn. So anyway,
Egypt, but I'm just.
Okay. So you're in Egypt. That's all I got out of that. It was like Egypt.
Yeah. They're called all these drive down.
So did you get your clock changed back yet?
What clock? I use a cell phone, son.
I was just telling. I was just saying. Today was daylight savings time, so around 3 o'clock this morning, time went back an hour. So yeah, if you got, well, hell, my microwave and my stove are still set to like, well, they're set to like almost 2 o'clock right now, but it's like 1 hour behind. What's going on, viral guy over there in the YouTube chat? Stuff. That's all I got to say about that. So anyway, last night was daylight savings time, and also we had a blue moon. Last night was a blue moon. And I don't think, no, it's not going to be blue and literally and stuff. It's basically means it's the second full moon for October. That's a rarity. 2020, October's got 2 full moons. And of course, the full moon was its brightest on Halloween night, but we didn't see a whole lot of
Actually,
weird
it's
shit.
the night before.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
30th, really good.
Oh yeah. It was pretty bright last night too, from what people saw. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see much of it because it was cloudy out. But I'm just glad it wasn't raining and all.
Would that be
Ah, shit! You keep cutting out.
before or after that lovely hurricane? That girl.
Yeah, we had the hurricane Tuesday. It came up here Tuesday and Wednesday, tampered off a little bit Thursday. Right now, looking out my window, there's some clouds out there. It looked like it was drizzling a little bit, but it shouldn't be raining for the rest of the week. Let me see. I gotta check the weather here, because, hell, I work in the shit. I gotta work tonight in the shit stuff. Let's see. It's supposed to be clear all night. Ooh, nice and cool, 38 degrees. Yeah, this is the kind of weather I love. Yeah.
Yeah, we love that cold weather.
Keep it nice and cold. It's gonna be raining next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and stuff. Oh, I also forgot to mention. I think I told you about this a while back. So this coming Thursday, on the 5th, my brother and I and a friend of his are going to Timonium to see Vic DiBattista.
Yeah, you're a dick. I thought you already went and saw that, though. I thought it was supposed to be in October.
It was, but they pushed it back because of COVID. Because of COVID, they had to push it back.
Fucking dick is all I got.
So hopefully we'll get to see him Thursday night up in Timonium. Likens over there.
You better get a fucking sign.
I'm pretty sure we will, because when Joe went to see Gilbert Godfrey last year, he got a picture with him, and he got a signed photo of him from Problem Child 2.
You gotta pull the mic. Hey, Mike, Tony Gaga!
I am up close to the mic. God damn! Liking over there on Twitch. Zeta sucks. It was a cat too when it hit us. Well, I bet. Well, up here it was just rain mostly. It was like heavy rain at times, but I didn't. I did actually go out Wednesday at one point.
It was a cat one when it flew by over this way.
Like it said, it took its internet out for 2 days. Jesus Christ. Knocked all them lines down. I tell you what, when it comes to gaming and all, that's why you got the classics set up. You set up the N64, the PS2s, and all of them and that, and you got yourself some entertainment right there. You do that, and then you got the DVDs and stuff. My buddy Brandon asked me, when's your podcast over? Probably in an hour and a half, maybe. I'll give him a link. Let's see. I'll link you. That way he can hop in. I can't remember how much money he charged me. I think he charged like $20.
He probably charged him $2.
Yeah, probably was $2. I'm gonna make that joke too when I go in there. I'll be like, "Hey, Tony Gaga, I got the ticket for $2." But yeah, so part of those two things, the time switching back and the blue moon. Also, yesterday was Halloween, so I got to take the kids out, and that's always fun. Mel, she thanked me for taking little Avery out and all. I was like, I was going to do it anyway. I love Halloween. I love taking the kids out. It's like, it's not just a treat for the kids. I love walking around and all as well. And sadly, with my neighborhood, like every year it's hopping. There's like 2 or 3 streets that are hopping pretty good. This year,
they give out the big candy bars and shit. I remember them days, man.
Oh,
back
yeah.
In, the 90s and shit. You just brought out the toilet cases back in those days.
But yeah, this year only maybe a quarter of the neighborhood was handing candy out. I mean, the kids still got a good enough amount of candy. We did 3 streets, and we still got a good enough amount of candy. There was actually 2 or 3 houses. I shit you not. One of them, there was a woman who was handing candy out using tongs. She was handing the candy. Tongs, yeah. She was using tongs to grip the candy and put it in their bags. I'm like, you're not touching the kids. Like, what? Germa-fucking-phobe. That's what I gotta say. And then there's like 2 houses that had the fucking cannon chute sticking out their window into the yard. So they're shooting candy outside from their fucking window. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, you're afraid that these kids are going to give you COVID and shit. You know, everybody's acting like COVID runs amongst the kids on Halloween night and shit. Like, they're all probably like, let's see how many cases there are out there today. Like, 0.
Actually, no, that isn't. New Jersey's already thinking about shutting down their stadium.
Jesus Christ. So that's what I've been saying, like, for so long, you know, and a lot of people, you know, a lot of these people that are shutting things down, I got a theory, it's all fucking Democrat. All these fucking Democrats, you know, they're all fucking pussies. I'm going to put that out there, and I know YouTube is starting to flag shit. Like, well, let me get into that real quick. Let me get into that real quick, too. So, my buddy Jeff, he's the host of Jeff Hagee Show here on YouTube. And he recently came out and said that these fuckers on YouTube have already started flagging his content because they either contain the words Biden or Hillary or Democrat in the titles, and YouTube, you know, with their fucked up system, is flagging the shit as, like, I don't know, false information or something, you know, like targeting Democrats. And it's bullshit. They're doing the same thing on Facebook, and they're doing the same thing on Twitter. They're censoring people, anybody who speaks the truth and stuff about Democrats, about Biden. Like, look, Biden's a piece of shit. He's a pathological liar, which is what Mark Levin said. You know, you got him and you got that bitch Harris in there. You know, they're both doing some fucked up shit. And right now, we're in the last 2 days, the home stretch of election.
Actually, one day, about a day or so.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of crooked shit going on within these next 2 days.
Funny thing, here's the end of that. So, they've already exposed fucking Biden.
Oh yeah, they already got his
they got the black.
You keep cutting out. I know this damn Discord and all, but yeah, they got his son Hunter's laptop and shit. They're searching his son's laptop and all.
They've already exposed all that.
Yeah,
the whole thing's already been exposed.
See, there's a lot more shit that's left to be exposed. Now, my buddy Dark, I don't know if he's in here. He could come here at one time. At one point today, but he shared some videos to me and my uncle. I've yet to watch them. I've been, you know, busy with other stuff.
Look up Liberal Hive Mind.
Liberal Hive Mind.
Yeah, he's actually a lot of it.
Let's see. Liberal Hive Mind. Here we go. I got him. He just posted one 33 minutes ago. Incredible number of Democrats supporting Trump in key swing states. Dems are panicking.
I've read all that. I've watched all that.
Oh yeah, and all the fucking liberals, they are crying right now. Like a week or two ago.
Not all the liberals. I'm saying the radical.
Oh, I know, the radical left, the liberal left. Yeah, the very radicals. They're all fucking crying. They were crying the night that, what's her name? Amy something. The new the new Supreme Court Justice. When she got in there, oh, they were fucking having a ball. I was just laughing.
Because now, the thing about it with her is she's for stimulus. She is for it. So think about it this way. Right now, the stimulus talks have stalled until after the election.
Yeah.
We knew that was coming because of it. But there is a prophecy out there by Clement that has said Trump will have a second term. People I'm thinking are stepping down is Pelosi and Chuck.
Well, at one point, Trump came out and said that the only way Biden would win is if SCOTUS, whoever the fuck SCOTUS is, gets involved with the election and all. But nobody should be getting involved. It should be a fair election. You know, it should be ballots only counted. I mean, I know they're going to try to, include the Electoral College and all that stuff, but the Democrats are going to try every which way they can to rig this election. And I think I've seen somewhere, actually, I follow Glenn Beck on Facebook, and he shared something about how the Democrats are trying to have the dead vote by mail. Make up, falsified
But
votes.
here's the thing about that. Here's the funny thing about that. The votes are getting uncovered and they're being found.
Yep. Yep, a lot of these.
They're stupid. Too stupid.
Yep. And I think it was even Trump who said in the first debate that, there were ballots that were found in wastebaskets, and they had Trump on them, and a lot of them were military ballots.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi doesn't want military ballots.
Mm-hmm.
Because she know damn well they'll lose.
Yep. So I hope to God that, people are smart this year and they fucking see through this shit.
I've went in there and voted early.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people have.
I went in person.
Yep.
Without a mask.
Oh, definitely. I would have said, you know what? I'm prepared and I want to do this. I want to go to, like, Walmart and get me a big old sign and write on there.
You don't have to more down here where I'm at. It's not mandatory no more.
Oh, nice. Then again, this is a
Go to
fucking
Walmart,
Democrat. I think it's all Democrat states. All Democrat states are like that. They're like, oh, you need to wear a mask because Maryland's a fucking Democratic state. Even though it's ran by a Republican Republican governor, but that motherfucker's all for Biden. I'm like, you are a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. See, the thing about Larry Hogan up here is Larry Hogan, he made some good calls in the past and shit, but when it came to this whole pandemic and a lot of things that have happened this year so far, he's just a piece of shit at times. But I will say, like, he was good back in 2015, I believe it was. Yeah, 2015, when we had these Baltimore riots over Freddie Gray. And the mayor of Baltimore wanted all these criminals, all these fucking thuggy little bitches to destroy the streets, to destroy businesses. She wanted them to fucking riot and wear it off. And I'm like, they're destroying businesses. There was a fucking building, and I think it was like a hospital or something that was on fire. And the fire department was trying to put it out. And one of these little bitches decides to cut the fire hose. Luckily, he was arrested and charged with obstruction of I forgot what it was called, but he was charged and arrested for it. So and that's a bunch of bullshit. So Hogan overrid that bitch's demand. Let them do it. Let them do it. And it's like, no, we're gonna bring in I think they brought in the National Guard or something, and they gave strict curfews to all the major areas that had these riots go on. And they say 10 o'clock curfew. Anybody out past then, you're going to get arrested and charged. And she was against that. But I was all for Hogan with that. I'm like, you know what? He made a good call. Because if he didn't make that call, Baltimore would have been done for. I mean, it's already lost its tourist attraction around that time. They were planning on bringing back these F1 races to Baltimore because they had them a year or two before, and it was bringing some money into Maryland. But a lot of the tourist attraction in Baltimore, nope, we lost a lot of that because of the riots, and it's all because of that Baltimore mayor's fault. It's happening in a lot of places. Look at fucking New York. Look at Cuomo. Cuomo's a piece of shit. I forgot a lot about what he fucking did up there, but somebody is supposed to say
He's the one that stuck all this COVID.
Yep. That's like all the people.
He funded the police and made the crime rate up 75%.
Oh yeah. And people are fucking stupid if they decide to reelect that motherfucker. I swear to God.
They're fleeing New York. They're fleeing California.
Oh yeah. A lot of these fucking politicians, they're fucking insane for all this. All these Democratic politicians, and that was one thing I was saying last night when we were out trick or treating, and I was telling a buddy of mine, we were all gathered, going together with our kids, and I'm like, look at all these fucking houses that are not giving candy out and all. especially the ones that are giving candy out, but they're too afraid to get near kids. I'm like, these are all your fucking Biden supporters right here. I don't fucking care if they fucking tell you different. I'm like, no, you are a fucking Biden supporter. You are a slave to the system. You are a sheep. These masks that they make us wear, and you obey what these fucking your leaders are telling you. You are a sheep. You are a slave to the system. And I know people, they feel pretty sour when they hear the word slave, because they're thinking, oh, blacks were slaves. Like, no, I'm not relaying to that. I'm not insinuating that. I'm insinuating a slave. You're a slave to the system. If you follow what they tell you, if these fuckers tell you jump off a bridge, you're guaranteed to jump off a bridge if it means your quote-unquote safety. That's why I would love to visit like a local Walmart, or just go out on the street holding a sign and saying, masks are for slaves, you are sheep. I would love to do that, and I would dare any authoritative figure to approach me and try to arrest me and be like, oh, so you're going to violate my constitutional right to protest. Like, I'm not out here.
Yeah, you're right. You can't really get arrested, but they can charge you for disorderly conduct.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's not technically disorderly conduct if I go out there in peaceful protest with a sign. I'm not,
Mike, don't forget, Mike, you're in a democratic state.
Fuck the Democrats. That's all I gotta say. I'll write that on the back of the sign.
You know how America is. We both lived there for a long time, but you know exactly how crooked half them fuckers are up there.
Oh, I know.
They'll find something.
And I will throw the Constitution right back in their face. I'll say, okay, how about all these fucking criminals for the past year supporting...
Do you have $30,000 at least?
I'll look at
that's what it's going to take.
See, I'm going to look at all these motherfuckers. I'm going to say, look, how about all these fucking criminals who have protested violently and rioted violently over career criminals? Like, George Floyd starting the whole thing. What's the most recent one that just happened? Wilson something.
There was something Massachusetts possibly, or Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Riots. Yeah, who was that over? It was somebody named Wilson or some shit.
Dude, I don't know.
Philadelphia riot 2020. Who the fuck was that over?
I don't know, but it was on the news. It really wasn't even covered that much, quite honest with you. That's all.
Oh, I know. So, let's see. Violent protests and widespread looting continued on the second night in Philadelphia this past Tuesday in response to a fatal police shooting of a knife-wielding black man. Listen to that real quick. All right, let me repeat that. A knife-wielding black man. Now, this is
good job, CNN.
This is coming from the New York Post, or as Mark Levin calls them.
They're liberal too, so yep. I mean, they're just about as crooked as anybody else.
So, what the hell is a police officer supposed to do? If you see, I don't care if he's black, white, Hispanic, whatever, purple, pink, brown, yellow, I don't care. You got a man out there wielding a knife. What the fuck do you expect police to fucking do? This guy is a threat to the community. He's a threat to other citizens out there. He's a threat to the police. He's a threat to himself. So what do you expect him to do? Just let him fucking go? There could be a fucking multiple stabbing going on in town. This one man stabbing everybody. Do you expect the police to just stand by and do nothing? No, police.
That's how they want it. That's what the far left want.
Exactly.
They don't care.
It's fucking sick.
It's all about right now. It's all political.
Yep. It's fucking sick. The police shot this man. Good. I don't care if you're liberal and you're listening. Good. I'm glad the police shot this man because he was a fucking threat and a danger to everybody around him, including himself.
All right.
No person in this country or anywhere should be on the streets wielding any kind of weapon and threatening people with it. You know why? You know that's a fucking criminal offense right there. You're a fucking criminal. That's a fucking that's a fucking felony right there. You know, if we let all the fucking serial killers, if we let them all roam in this country in the last, 70 fucking years, you know, what the hell would have happened if Charlie Manson was never arrested? What would happen if Ted Bundy was never arrested? Ed Gein. All these sociopaths, all these psychotic motherfuckers who wield a knife, who are mentally unstable. What would happen to this country if we just let them all roam?
It'd all be destructive.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we're seeing right now.
No, it's not what we're seeing right now. It's what we're seeing of stuff.
Yeah.
Happen.
So let's see. The raucous night comes even as Philadelphia police say they put more officers on the street, and the Pennsylvania National Guard announced it was mobilizing in response to the unrest. Looters can be seen lifting the store's metal gate for others to enter and leave, some with arms full of shoeboxes, so they were looting a lot of places. Of course, you know, they were doing their stupid bullshit. Hundreds of more looters were captured on film from a Fox 29 helicopter exiting a Walmart in the city, many carrying large boxes that appear to be TVs and other electronics. You know, this is all a ploy. It is all a ploy for these criminals to do. You have a police shooting. It gives these criminals a chance. Hey, early Christmas shopping. Let's go to Walmart. They can't fucking stop us all. Grab what you want and get the fuck out. That's all it's ever about. You know, look at George Floyd. Look at Freddie Gray. Look at Michael Brown. Look at all these fucking instances where a police officer shot a black individual. Now, I'm not trying to sound racist, and I know people are going to insinuate that, but fuck you, whatever. All these instances where a black person is shot, a lot of them are career criminals. A police officer is not just going to, they're not just going to walk up to you and bang, bang, you're dead because you're black. That's not how the society works. That is not what's going on. That's not what is going on. That is what the liberal left, the radicals want you to believe. You know, fucking media outlets like the New York Post, CNN, NBC, ABC News, whatever, all those fucking outlets that are liberal, that's what they want you to believe, that you got vigilante police out there. And then all these other police officers that are doing their job, that are good police officers, they're retiring from the force. Because you got liberals threatening them, like defund the police, or this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You got a lot of innocent, good police officers that have retired from the force within the last 7-8 months over this stupid bullshit. All because, you know, a police officer gets involved with a quote-unquote murder. Like, here's a quick update, and everybody already fucking knows this shit, but it's too late because the liberals already got what they wanted. George Floyd. I don't care what your feelings are about George Floyd. The fucker killed himself. He was on drugs. You know, he was having a panic attack. He was under arrest. He knew the charge. He knew the crime. You know, he did the crime. He was trying to pass off a phony $20 bill inside a convenience store. He knew what he did. He knew it was wrong. So he was resisting arrest. Man, don't arrest me. Please, I can't breathe. My mama just died. Okay, who the fuck cares? That's my opinion. Who the fuck cares? Your mama just died? Okay, sorry for your mama, but guess what? Everybody's mama dies. Everybody's mama, sister, father, brother, uncle, aunt, your sister ass, the Pony Express. Everybody fucking dies. What makes your mama so fucking important in the eyes of the fucking media? Was my mother featured on the fucking news? No. Was she in the newspaper? No, my mother passed away. It's a sad thing, yeah, when a loved one passes away. It is. It's a tragedy. But why must you use that as an excuse? An excuse to keep the police from doing their job. Do you think that's going to be a barrier for the police to not arrest you? Like, no, that's not. You sit in the car. My mama just died, man. My mother, I'm just very depressed. Like, no, motherfucker, you committed a crime. Even if it's just a misdemeanor, you committed a crime. The police were called to the scene. They were trying to get you out of the vehicle. They were trying to be as calm as they could with you, but you resisted arrest. You resisted arrest in the eyes of the law. So they had to use some kind of force to get you out of the vehicle, to get you in the cuffs, and to get you in their cruiser. But
It
then,
really wouldn't even have that big of a charge if he would have just cooperated with them.
exactly. That's what everybody says. If he would have just cooperated, he would still be alive. But the dude had drugs in his system. It was affecting his heart. Before he even got in that cruiser, he was complaining about how he couldn't breathe. So it wasn't him on the ground with the guy's knee on his neck. He wasn't screaming out. Yeah. I mean, was it wrong that the police officer had his knee down on his neck? Yeah. Maybe he didn't apply a whole lot of force, but usually I would say, okay, just put your knee on their back to hold them down. You don't put it on their neck. But George Floyd killed himself long before that officer's knee went on his neck. You know, George Floyd was responsible for his own death. And then what they do? They had a snippet of the videotape, and let's put charges on this police officer. Guess what? Those charges were dropped, weren't they? I think it was recently. Let me see. What was that police officer's name again? I forgot. Chauvin or something?
Well, I forgot who.
Let's see. Charges against...
No, that was the Georgia one that was dropped.
Hold on. Here we go. Judge drops third-degree murder charge against former officer Derek Chauvin in George Floyd's death, but the second-degree murder charge remains. So it was one of those that was dropped. I just wonder how pissed off people are over that, but it's like it's not like how everybody sees it, though. You know, yes, what the officer did was wrong. But like I said, George Floyd was responsible for his own death. Just like right here, leading up to the Philadelphia riots. This man, whoever the fuck he was, something Wilson, I'm pretty sure his name is somewhere in here. Walter Wallace. Oh, no, that's not. No, that's a. Okay, it was a Wallace. It was Wallace. Walter Wallace told the Philadelphia Inquirer that his son, it was his son. Okay, his son was shot 10 times. Adding that he was mentally ill and a young father. So you're going to add that to a news story. He was mentally ill and a young father. When a police are called to the scene of a crime of an individual, like I said, once again, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. If you're out in the public... I'm going fucking Ron White here. If you are out in public wielding a knife and the police see you out in public wielding a knife, what's their number one instinct? This guy is going to harm somebody. Yeah. This guy is going to harm somebody. Now, did they have to shoot him 10 times? No, that was a little excessive. But it depends on what the guy did. If the guy started charging at the police officers with the knife, that was a threat to the police officers. And the police officers have a right to defend themselves, just like every American in this country. If you are threatened by anybody in any means whatsoever, you have a right to defend yourself, and that's what the police officer was doing. Now, 10 times, yeah, that's excessive. I would have said, try to shoot the weapon out of his hand or shoot him in the leg, down him or something, But that's all you got to do.
Right.
Oh, damn.
What?
No, it was like you coming louder right now. You must be.
Yeah, because I got it on speaker, but I got to mute for about 5 minutes. I got to take me a smoke and a drop.
Yeah, go ahead, man. All right. So this man he was shot 10 times by the police, adding that he was mentally ill. Okay. My question to Walter Wallace Sr., what is your mentally ill son doing out in public wielding a knife? What is he doing out in public with a weapon? Now, usually in the states, depending on the law, okay, usually in some states, you can't carry a blade that's longer than your finger. If it's longer than your finger, you're holstering a weapon, basically, and you can get charged for it. Probably arrested, too, depending on the state's law. Let's see. The violent protests were sparked in Philadelphia when Philadelphia cops killed and shot and killed 27-year-old Walter Wallace Jr. That's his name. It was Walter Wallace. His family said Wallace was having a mental health issues when the police arrived for the third time in one day. Police said they shot him when he refused to drop a knife he was holding. So there was already an issue with this individual before this whole thing went down. There was already a fucking issue. He was having mental health issues. Now, with that, the family should have decided to get this guy some professional help. Take him to a hospital. Take him to a ward, just take him somewhere. He was having a mental breakdown. If this guy is mentally retarded and he's having a breakdown, that's when you decide to take him to a hospital. But when the police have to arrive at your residence 3 times in one day, there's an issue. And of course, they also add he was a young father too. He had a kid. Okay. How many psychopaths out there have kids and they have a fucking mental breakdown like that? How many of them end up on the news? You got the guy or you got the man or the woman. It's like, oh, he killed his family. He killed his wife of 45 years and his 2 kids, and then he turned the gun on himself. Or the woman, she killed her husband and killed her kids and then turned herself in. How many times do you hear that in the news? You hear that not a lot, but you'll hear that from time to time. So you got a guy who's very, very mentally unstable, who's a young father, who was having 3 separate mental breakdowns at home in one day that required police attention. Third time, he had a knife. So apparently this guy was already threatening to do something. Okay, the police come out, it's always over a matter of something. This dude is holding a knife. Now, who's the one who called the police out to the resident's house? Was it the father? Was it the mother? Was it the kids? Was it the neighbor? Somebody called the police out there for a third time when this guy was wielding a fucking knife. He was a danger to others around him. He was a danger to the police officers when they arrived. He was a danger to himself. See, there's a lot of wrong in this story. A lot of wrong. And a majority of that wrong is on the family side. That's my opinion. If you agree with me, good. You agree with truth. If you disagree with me, read the facts.
I disagree with you all the fucking time because you're going to fucking Vic DiBattista, you bastard. But no, I agree with you, brother. But I'm just fucking with you. But
I don't know. What's your take on that, real quick?
What'd you say on that again? Repeat just a little bit. Give me a fast rundown what you said.
All right. So Walter Wallace Jr. He's the guy that was shot by the police. He was having mental health issues. And
why was he not in a psychiatric ward?
Exactly. That's what I was just asking. Like, why didn't his father take him to a hospital to get him some kind of evaluation or something? But the police,
as the hack man said, where's his fucking handlers at?
Yeah, exactly. So when the police have to arrive for not once, not twice, a third time in that day, The police had come out 3 times that day. The third time they came out, they had to shoot him when he refused to drop the knife he was holding.
No, he's most likely probably possessed or some bullshit like
if they're studying voodoo up in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me.
Exactly.
Because we don't know what that guy's religion background is and all the other bullshit. So
Yeah. So this guy.
and sometimes religion does play a little bit of a part of it. There's like a 1%, maybe 0.5% of religion that does have part of that. But the thing about it is you can't always go by that also. But, there is that thing that goes through the doorway kind of ordeal talking to that too. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, true. And of course, a lot of media and health officials won't see it like that. Like, it's possible. Like, look over the last 200-300 years.
Let me pull a Joe Biden card. Trust in the science.
Fuck the science. And stuff. But yeah, I mean, that is a possibility. It is a slight possibility that people are not going to see. Religion could always have an issue with it. Could always, well, not an issue, but yeah, religion could always have a part in it. Like you said, like
it could, but not most of the time. It's just maybe a 0.5 to maybe 1% chance of that, if take.
So, but yeah, the biggest issue with this recent shooting and these recent riots is this guy was gunned down by the police, shot 10 times. Okay, 10 times is a little excessive, but then again, look at criminals that are on, what's that fucking drug that turns them into Superman? PCP or some shit?
Yeah, PCP, cocaine, meth,
but
crack.
Yeah, because, PCP, all right.
PCP is pretty much acid, so.
Yeah, you
acid,
think that.
No, acid doesn't do that. No. Acid don't do that. Acid makes you into a fucking zombie, like.
Yeah, PCP is what
crack,
does it.
cocaine, heroin, meth. Those are the only 4 I know of.
But yeah, something like PCP, and I've heard stories about this. People have taken PCP, and the police end up shooting at them. If they're wielding a weapon. All right, if I took a shot at PCP, and I was coming at you, and you had a Glock with 15 rounds in it, and
did it say you had PCP in the system?
No.
Okay, well then if you can't roll with them, then you can't say PCP because PCP is acid, bro. I know about acid. I know. I have friends that used to do that.
Let me
shit.
see
It doesn't turn. It's not that. It's meth, coke, crack, and heroin. Those are the 4 main ones that will make you like that. Cocaine's the majority of it, though. Besides meth, meth is like a what is it? It'll make you go insane, but it'll make you a zombie like too. But it also can make you freak out if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. But cocaine's a big one. Cocaine will make you feel like Superman, and so will heroin. So I know those 2.
Let's see. There's one I just looked up. It's called the Superman drug. It's a new drug whose pharmacological composition is very similar to ecstasy, and its effects are also similar. It is another synthetic substance of the new appearance that has recently appeared in the streets. It is estimated that the potential of the Superman drug can be much higher than that of previous design stimulant drugs. So it's kind of like ecstasy. That's what it is. It's kind of like ecstasy, sort of.
Well, ecstasy, yeah, they'll do that too. I'm not sure. Not a whole hell of a lot, no knowledge of that, but yes. I know it's supposed to be like a some kind of fucking. It's like it's supposed to make you calm, supposedly, but if you do it right.
But let's say
I've never heard of fucking ecstasy.
But let's say I take one of those drugs, right? And I start charging at you with a knife. And you got to protect yourself. You got 15 rounds. You shoot me once. In my mind, I'm not really feeling that. I mean, I don't know if you feel that, but you just ignore it. But you keep shooting me and I keep coming at you, hoping I eventually drop. That's what happens with people on certain drugs. It's kind of like a steroid in a way. It gives your body that It gives you
Well, I
probably a
just thought of
superhero
another-
sense. Yeah, you saw what?
I just thought of another one. I remember this from a matter of fact. Morphine can do that too
Yep.
if you're not used to morphine.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people
So-
who are addicted to it.
Yep, and that would definitely turn you into something.
Oh yeah.
You know,
So it's a
because
possibility.
morphine.
Like,
I was just thinking about the military of how sometimes people use morphine, not to feel shit.
yeah.
Pretty much the thing. It's the drugs that don't make you feel shit is the ones that you got to be really concerned.
Oh, definitely.
Now, you could be on pain pills of oxycodone, you could be on Percocets, you could be on any fucking thing, morphine, crack, cocaine, meth, all that shit. Those are the ones that you can't feel shit.
And you know what?
And if you mix it, with alcohol, it's even worse.
Yeah.
So
I just thought of something too. Like, look at all these horror movies, these slasher movies, like Halloween and Friday the 13th. I'm almost starting to think, like, you know what? What if these motherfuckers took those type of drugs, and that's the reason why when you shoot them, they go down, but they keep coming back up.
that's possible.
Maybe somewhere in the movie, these motherfuckers are like, let me shoot up about 3 fucking needles of morphine. That'll give me enough juice to the end of the movie.
All right.
But that's probably what happened here. I mean, there hasn't been an autopsy yet that I know of, because this just recently happened Tuesday or Wednesday of last week.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you have an individual, and you put it out there. It's like, he's a young father. He had a mental illness. Like, a lot of these fucking people have mental
Why
illnesses.
was his ass not in a fucking penitentiary then?
Exactly. Like, usually the ones you have to worry about, well, what is it?
Or the silent one.
Yeah. And most of the time, it isn't really somebody with a mental illness, but that does not clear them at all. Anybody with some kind of mental illness, any kind of tick at all, can set them off. So I don't know what set this guy off that day. He could have been on drugs. Like I said, when the autopsy comes out, I guarantee
he's going to have something in his system.
Exactly. George Floyd did. A lot of these other people did. And I also think that this guy, from what I heard, I think this guy also had a criminal record on him too. So I'm like,
it's possible, but
let's see.
we don't know until we get all the results.
Walter Wallace. Let me see. Did Walter Wallace have a criminal record? I think he did. Let's see. Did Walter Wallace have a criminal record? All right. Wallace was wielding a knife and ignored orders to drop his weapon, according to police. All right. That's what happened right there. When you're asked by the police have a weapon drawn at you and your life is at stake, and they tell you, drop the weapon, you drop the fucking weapon. You don't stand there like, duh, oh, 1/4 point. You don't just stand there like a fucking idiot and hold the fucking thing. And I don't know if he went charging at him or whatever. He was ordered to drop the fucking knife. You don't stand there and hold a weapon in front of the police, when you have like 10 guns drawn at you and shit. You obey. If you don't obey the police officer doing their job, there's going to be negative consequences to it. So let's see.
That's just simple fact.
Yeah. So let's see. Family members say Wallace was suffering a mental health crisis when he was killed by the police on the streets in Philadelphia. Yeah, he was having a health crisis. Why wasn't his ass turned into the hospital? Why wasn't he taken to the hospital and fucking put in a goddamn straitjacket, for one? He was filmed holding a knife. Okay, there is film. There is video evidence. He was holding the knife, chasing after 2 officers when he was gunned down in front of horrified onlookers. There it is right there. There it is right fucking there. He was chasing 2 police officers with a fucking knife. That is enough to gun the fucker down. And
that's it. Self-defense. Sorry.
And these idiots have the gall to riot over this. A criminal?
That's not the part of it, Mike. That's the whole. See, the whole thing. There's a smoke screen with this. Listen.
Yep.
There's a smoke screen. It's called an agenda. You see, they think that if the riots happen, it doesn't help Trump.
Exactly.
But guess what? It's actually fucking doing.
Helping Trump.
It's helping Trump.
It's making the Democrats look like a bunch of retards.
Look even more stupid.
Yeah.
And that's why Democrats are in fear, because they can't control the motherfuckers now. They've done fucked it, and that's it.
They done fucked themselves up. One cop on the video can be heard saying, "Put the knife down, put the knife down." Wallace was taken to a nearby hospital where he's pronounced dead. 2 officers each fired at least 7 rounds, totaling 14 total shots, but the chief police inspector, Frank Venor, could not say how many times Wallace was struck. Where is this video? I gotta see this video.
No, but I'm going to have to hop off here, brother, here in a minute.
All right, man. It was good having you in here. I'm going to continue on for a little bit.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But yeah, definitely, bro. And everybody else out there, and even my old lady, hope y'all having a good day and all that. And happy Halloween.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's on its way.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's all get turkey drunk and fucking stuffed up like turkey.
Fuck yeah, man.
All right, I'll see y'all in a little bit, folks.
All right, see you later, man.
See ya.
Yep. So as I was saying, everybody, it's right here under the U.S. Sun, thesun.com. And this was also posted out there. This dude was having a quote-unquote mental health crisis. So you're seen in the streets on video wielding a knife. You're rushing officers, police officers. You're rushing police officers with a knife. What the fuck do you expect to happen? You got gunned down in defense. And then, like Mike just said, it's all to push an agenda to make Trump look bad. But it's actually making Trump look really good, which is what he needs. So you all riot over a criminal. Every black person that has been shot up until now that's made the news are nothing but career criminals. I don't want to hear anybody say, "Oh, they did nothing wrong. They did nothing." Bullshit. If there was a police involved shooting and they were involved in some way, they are a criminal. They committed a criminal act. That's why they are not alive today. They could have been alive. They could still have their life. They would be just sitting in jail. That's where they would be at. They would just be sitting behind bars awaiting trial. But they chose the pussy way out. They were gunned down by police. And now you got a bunch of idiots out there. Thousands of idiots. No, not just idiots. I'm sorry to use this word. Retards. A bunch of retards out there gang together in memory of Walter Wallace, a career criminal. But let's dig deeper into him from what I've gathered here. Okay, so Walter's dad said his son was shot 10 times. He was like, why didn't they just use a taser? Well, let's evaluate this, shall we? If they used a taser, when was the last time a taser was used on a criminal, huh? They got heat for that too. They got shit for that too, for using a fucking taser. And sometimes a taser isn't really strong enough against a criminal. And oh my God, they make him look so innocent. They got a fucking prom picture of Walter Wallace right here on the website. Walter Wallace, yeah, get that fucker out of my face. I don't want to see no goddamn innocent picture of a goddamn criminal. That's like if you took a picture of Charles Manson when he was younger, and he looked so cute and chumbly and all this and that, you know, and stuff, and he looked like a, you know, like he was like somebody you wanted to date in high school. If they did something like that, I'd do the same fucking thing. I don't want to see no innocent picture of Walter Wallace. This dude committed a fucking crime. He charged at police officers. The police did their job. Why didn't they use a fucking taser? God damn, how stupid do you have to... Yeah, a taser is a weapon that they could have used. But would a taser have stopped somebody? This dude, like, would it have stopped him? Probably not. The dude was wielding a fucking knife. If he would have went down with a knife in his hands and they would have walked up to him and arrested him, what would have happened? That fucker would have stabbed the police. He would have stabbed them. He probably would have killed all the officers on site. His mother was trying to defuse the situation. Then you're going to shoot him down like he's a motherfucking animal. Of course he was a fucking animal. See, now I'm getting a little pissed here. Of course this guy was a fucking animal. He's a criminal. You got a guy who's wielding a fucking knife out in public, charging at officers. You're a fucking criminal. Of course they're going to gun you down like you're an animal. Look at you. Look at the shit you're doing. You have innocent police officers out there trying to do their job. You know, officers out there every day putting their lives on the line to protect innocent people. But then you get idiots like this. A local resident told the Inquirer that Wallace's mom had chased after him, begging officers not to shoot her son. What would have happened if they didn't shoot him? What would have happened if the police officers did not fire into that asshole? There would have been 2 officers in the ICU right now. This piece of shit, this pile of dog trash, wielding a knife, chasing 2 police officers with the intent to harm them. If he was not gunned down, he was told to stop, but he continued on. There would have been 2 police officers in ICU, and what still would have happened? He still would have got gunned down. Not only would he have still got gunned down, you still would have had 2 police officers that could have died that day as well. So in this case, it's better to lose 1 life than 3. All because of a criminal that his parents were trying to protect. That his parents were trying to say, he's a young father, he has mental illnesses. Why wasn't he checked in to a medical facility? I'm yelling, put down the gun, put down the gun. And everyone is saying, don't shoot him. He's going to put it down. We know him. You know him. You know him. This guy who's charging at police officers, who is still going to get charged with attempted murder, possession of a weapon. He was still going to be charged and arrested and jailed. He would have probably saw 5 to 10 years. But you're all fucking sitting there saying, he's got mental illnesses. He's going to put it down. I know him. He's just playing around. Yeah, well, the police officers don't fucking play around. When there's a fucking maniac chasing after 2 police officers with a fucking weapon. There's no joke about that. There is no joke about that to the radical liberal fucks on the Democratic side. Wallace, in 2013, pled guilty to assault and resisting arrest after hitting a police officer. In 2013, he was arrested to assault and resisting arrest after hitting a police officer. 4 years later, he pled guilty to robbery, assault, and possessing an instrument of crime after kicking down the door of a woman and putting a gun to her head. It was also reported that Wallace rapped about shooting police officers and other people. There are several questions that need to be answered, including the officers, what the officers knew when they responded, what was put out on the radio, and how any previous contact of Mr. Wallace factored into yesterday. Relatives of Wallace said that they had called for an ambulance to get him help with a mental health crisis, not for police intervention, according to the lawyer. When you come to a scene where somebody is in a mental crisis and the only tool you have to deal with is a gun, where are the proper tools for the job? Family members say Wallace was bipolar. Well, there's your answer right there as to why he was fucked up. He was bipolar and was overdue, or was ordered to undergo a psychiatric evaluation and treatment as far back as 7 years. I do know that he was on regimen of lithium, and that says to me he was under a doctor's care, and that says to me officers who are trained in Visible Ink properly should notice certain things when they arrive at the scene. Let me say this once again, especially anybody out there is listening. If you're a liberal and you disagree and you think otherwise, this is a guy who pled guilty 7 years ago to assault and resisting arrest after hitting a police officer. Okay, listen closely. 4 years later, 2017, he pled guilty to robbery, assault, and possessing an instrument of crime after kicking down the door of an innocent woman and putting a gun to her head. This is a guy who also sang about shooting police officers and other people. And you want to keep this piece of thuggy shit out on the fucking streets? You want to keep somebody like this, a danger to society, out on the streets? This piece of dog shit should have been either in a fucking padded room for life or in a jail cell for life. This motherfucker who they're praising with an obituary, let me read this. Walter Wallace Jr. Wallace is survived by his wife, Dominique Wallace, and 9 children. Oh, 9 children! You know this motherfucker's getting welfare. 9 children, Walter Wallace. You know this motherfucker's getting welfare somewhere. So, there's another crime right there, living off of my fucking tax dollars. Wallace and Dominique were wed earlier this month, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer. Dominique Wallace is pregnant and is scheduled to have labor induced on October 28th. 2 of the 9 children spoke at the news conference of the day of the fatal shooting. One said, and Black Lives Still Matter, according to the Inquirer. Wallace was an Uber Eats driver and a rapper. He's an Uber Eats driver and a rapper. A rapper. That really says a lot. Now, Uber Eats, yeah, it is a job per se. You're making money. But I say this guy was living off of the fucking welfare also. He's a fucking rapper. Jesus Christ. They're all rappers, aren't they? Look back at NWA. Fuck the police. You know what? They got censored for that too. But did they attack the police? No. They sung about it. You know, NWA, I don't remember them saying something about shoot the police, run them over with your fucking car. This motherfucker's singing about shooting police and other fucking people. So this is why rap music, depending on who it comes from, is garbage. And this whole Black Lives Matter thing, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's a fucking liberal lie. Did this life matter? I don't think so. Because of what I just fucking read, with his criminal background, with the way he was trying to kill 2 police officers. It ain't a matter of Black Lives Matter. This fucker right here. Yes, he should have been put behind bars years ago. And that's where he should have stayed. But he was gunned down. Do I feel any sympathy for him? Do I feel anything for him? No. I don't. And neither should anybody else. Because career criminals like this, who have a record, are scum. They're fucking scum. You commit all these crimes. You talk about killing innocent people. You charge the police officers. And we should feel sorry for you. Why? Why should I feel anything for you? You're a criminal. There was one of two ways it could have went down. You could have given yourself up and went behind bars, especially years ago, and stayed back there. Or there's a death penalty. Walter Wallace Jr. chose himself the death penalty. When he went charging at those police officers, when he did what he did, especially years ago with his criminal record, assaulting a police officer, assaulting and threatening to kill a woman after he kicked in her door, busted in her home, and robbed her. About a criminal who raps about killing police officers and killing other people. Do I feel sorry for this person who was gunned down by the police in Philadelphia? No, I don't. And it's not a Black Lives Matter bullshit thing. It's just that this guy is a piece of true dog shit. May he rest in hell forever. When did the riots break out in Philadelphia? Hundreds of demonstrators gathered at Malcolm X Park in the city center chanting Black Lives Matter around 6:30 p.m. that day of the shooting. I'm going to say this one last time. Fuck Black Lives Matter. A liberal agenda being pushed to get Trump out of office. Fuck Black Lives Matter. It's a fucking lie. All lives fucking matter. Because let me tell you something. If Walter Wallace's life mattered, then so did those police officers that he was chasing after. So did that woman that he assaulted 3 years ago. Her life mattered too. I don't want to hear any bullshit of Black Lives Matter. Get that shit, that liberal shit out of my face and stick it up your ass. Black Lives Matter. What a fucking joke. Police confirmed that more than 30 people were arrested at the unrest, and looters tossed bricks and rocks at police officers. Several stores and at least one restaurant in the city were looted. This is not a demonstration. This is not a protest. This is a criminal, terroristic act. A riot, a terroristic act, with a following of more than 100 people, destroying businesses, affecting innocent lives who don't deserve it, who are not even involved. Shocking video footage shows demonstrators throwing garbage cans at a line of police officers and looting a police vehicle. Another police vehicle was set on fire. Cops said several were damaged in the night of the unrest. Police also confirmed that at least 30 officers were injured, including a female officer who was hit by a truck and sustained a broken leg. Thank God this article ends. I can't fucking read this shit anymore. It's fucking disgusting. And a majority of these people that are part of these riots, majority of them are blacks who think, oh, we've had enough. Our community has had enough. We've been assaulted so many times. Assaulted by what? You got somebody who is a fucking criminal, who has a fucking record. And you want to sit there and tell me you've had enough? Of what? Did they do anything to you? No. Do you know who Walter Wallace Jr. is? I sure as hell don't. Until today, when I learned about his criminal record. When I learned about how much of a criminal this individual is. It's fucking sickening. And it's even more sickening when a criminal is praised over the heroism of a police officer who is sent out on a dangerous mission to protect and serve our innocent communities. It is a sick day when liberals pass an agenda like Black Lives Matter, a liberal lie. When they push this agenda to target down innocent people, a criminal like Walter Wallace gets praised, who assaulted police officers in the past, who assaulted innocent bystanders in the past, pled guilty to them, but why the fuck is he back out on the streets? Oh, because he's bipolar. He has a mental disorder. Put him in a fucking hospital for life. Lock him away. Somebody with a mental illness like that, who's committing crimes like that, they do not deserve to be out in the public with other innocent bystanders. They need to be locked away for the safety of themselves and the safety of others. What happened on that day last week? Justice. Justice was taken. Somebody called the police out there on him. And I guarantee it was a neighbor, probably. Somebody seen this piece of shit out there wielding a knife amongst a crowd of people, and they called the police. The family members can say all they fucking want. We try to get a crisis unit out there. They know what to do. They know, yeah. How long before Walter Wallace Jr. would have pulled the knife on them? Then it would have been a fucking criminal crime. Murder. Assault. Then something else would have been done. See, this one thing had different results under a chain reaction. It would have had different results, but one outcome. It all had one outcome. His murder. His death. His death sentence. He had one outcome, but different paths to take it. Walter Wallace Jr. was a criminal to our society in Philadelphia. His family failed to do their duty to get him proper help, to put him in a padded room, to get him the psychiatric help that they wanted him to have. His parents failed to get him any kind of help at all since 2013. They let this criminal roam the fucking streets for as long as he has. I would love to hear his parents' reaction to when he busted down that innocent woman's door, robbed her, held a gun up to her head. I want to hear what those fuckers' opinion is on that. I want to hear their view on that. Your sick son assaulted and robbed an innocent woman 3 years ago. Where's her justice? I know she's still alive, but where's her justice at? Was he arrested and charged? Was he jailed for it? Probably not. Mom and Daddy, they probably bailed his ass out. But now, all this has come to light. His criminal record, everything. Do I feel anything for this piece of shit? No, I fucking don't. From what I just fucking read, it sickens me. It sickens me to the fucking core that people like this are given seconds and third and fourth chances to be out in the street. Oh, they got a mental illness. They mentally retarded. They don't know what they're doing. They know what they're fucking doing. They know exactly what they're fucking doing. Dude's fucking bipolar. Was he on medication? Probably fucking not. But yet, I'm pretty sure my tax dollars is paying for his welfare. A fucking newlywed wife, 9 children. Something was paying for him. Uber Eats, you don't make that much to pay for fucking 9 kids, dog. You don't make that much for 9 kids. And a rapper? Oh, fucking rapper. Oh, God, I'm fucking dying over here. A rapper. They all want a career as a rapper. I swear to God. The end is nigh. The end is nigh. What are your guys' opinions on Walter Wallace? Let us know down in the comments section. But yeah, the end is nigh. The November elections is almost here. November 3rd, this coming Tuesday. If you have yet to vote, get out there and vote right. Vote for your future. Vote for your country's future. Vote for your freedom and the freedom of your future, or the future of your freedom, however you want to put it. Vote for Trump 2020. Trump, he gets things done. Obama didn't get shit done, and neither will Biden. Vote right. Vote Trump 2020 this coming Tuesday. There's going to be a lot of shit going on. There's going to be a lot of shit happen. I didn't pay attention to the vice president debate. I didn't pay attention to the last presidential debate, but I heard Trump nailed it. I heard Trump nailed Biden, and Biden could not come back from it at all. Biden is a piece of garbage. A pathological liar, as Mark Levin put. Biden and his whole posse, they're going to go down come November 3rd. When those numbers come out in the next month or so, and it says Trump was reelected, and they're calling for an unrest, a non-peaceful unrest if Trump wins. What the fuck you gonna do, huh? You gonna destroy America? Guess what? You motherfuckers are gonna end up under the jail. You're gonna end up in worse places than where you are now. You want to tear up the country because Trump is reelected. Why don't you all take a page from the book of Tommy Lee, drummer of Motley Crue? That motherfucker done said, if Trump gets it, I'm leaving for Australia. Bye, motherfucker. Bye. Let me tell you something, Tommy Lee. You're the least liked person of that fucking group anymore. You're a piece of shit. Same goes for a lot of these fucking artists out there. A lot of these singers, songwriters, and actors who think they're big shit because they got money. You vote for Biden, you support pedophilia. Well, the pedophilia runs amongst Hollywood anyway. A lot of known pedophiles out there. And yeah, it's said that Tom Hanks is a pedophile himself or a supporter of pedophilia. So if you support pedophilia, vote Biden in, I guess, because you're a piece of shit. I swear, the United States of America, we were once such a great country. We still can be. We still can be. Trump is holding his own, and he is stronger than ever. Trump has held this country for 4 years, and he will continue to do it for 4 more years. The Democrats will not win this. The Democrats have committed political suicide up until this point with everything, including the shit on Biden's family, including his son Hunter. Oh, wow. And guess what, people? There's a lot more shit coming out within the next few weeks on Biden and all these Democrats. It's all starting to come out right now. If you guys remember our last podcast, I was reading emails, leaked emails on a governmental site that a good buddy of mine shared with me. And I was reading some of Hillary's emails. Of course, some of the stuff is blurred out on these emails because it's controversial. Or not controversial, it's confidential stuff. So there could be a lot more, and there's going to be a lot more coming out. Whether or not Trump gets it, hopefully he does, fingers crossed. Whoever gets in November 3rd, Trump is letting loose. There's a lot of information out there that's going to come out about the Democrats. And those of you who voted for Biden, when you see it, you're going to be kicking yourselves in the fucking ass. Because you're the motherfuckers who voted for Biden. You're the ones who wanted quote-unquote change. But guess what? There is no change. The Democrats have reversed about 200 years worth of history when it comes to racism. You want to say racism is a big thing today? You know why? It's the liberal Democrats. The radical left. They're the reason why racism has sparked heavily in the last few years. Not only that, in the last, 50, 60 years or something like that. If Martin Luther King was alive today, he would be beating every last motherfucker out there. He would be beating you motherfuckers. Because you all are against everything that he has said. And I would agree with Mr. King. He is turning in his grave right now because a lot of you motherfuckers are using his name in vain, and probably Malcolm X's name in vain as well. There's so much racism in America. It's because of this, because of that. Da, 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 da. Let's quote Martin Luther King. This is not what Martin Luther King fought for, you fucking idiots, you incels. If he was alive today, I'd give that man a fucking metal belt, and I would let him beat the fuck out of every last one of you motherfuckers for using his name in vain. Using his image to poison, or to poison an agenda. Black Lives Matter. You know, Martin Luther King fought back in the 60s and the 70s, or before he died. I forgot what year he died. He fought. He had a dream. He fought for civil rights, civil justice. He fought. And still to this day, yes, there will always be racism in America. There will always be some racial unjust in this country. Racism will never end. No matter how much you fight, how much you protest, racism is a thing that cannot be abolished. It will always be a thing. Because let me tell you something. If you were to abolish every white person who was racist, and you kept all the white people who were all for Black Lives Matter, who were like, yeah, I'm not interracial anymore. I like you. You're my brother. Different color, but I love you. That still doesn't end racism. You got a lot more racist black people out there than anything else. There is a lot more racist black people out there, and they're all racist toward whites, Hispanics, Asians, anybody. The door doesn't swing one way, people. It's all over. If you end it with whites, you're still going to have bigotry. You're still going to have race issues. There's going to be a lot more racists too. There is no way to end racism. The only way to end it is ignore it. And what's one big trigger of keeping it going? The mass media, the news media, the liberal radical left. They are the ones that keep racism going. And you all the idiots that keep believing it and keep praising it. That's why this country is divided the way it is. That's why everybody is living in a shell. People are afraid of saying anything anymore. And when people do say things on social media or wherever, they get censored. There is no reason for any kind of censorship whatsoever. I got censored on Twitter. I forgot to mention that at the top of the hour. I got censored on Facebook. Let me tell you what happened to me on Facebook. So about 2-3 weeks ago, there was an article. I forgot what it was. And there were some people in there that are saying some pretty racy shit. One of them was a white woman. I'm white myself, and one of them was a white woman. And she was saying some pretty fucking racy shit too. So what I do, I opened my big mouth on Facebook, and I called her in the comments section a racist bitch. And that's all I said. I called her a racist bitch. And she didn't like that very much. But that's what she was. She's a racist bitch. 2 days later, I'm restricted on Facebook. Can't post, can't comment, can't like, can't add friends. I can talk to you on the messenger. Can't share any links to you though from Facebook or any other external links. Maybe a YouTube video. That's about it. So I am restricted on Facebook until sometime this coming month. Can't comment for 30 days. So it went through October 19th, so I can't comment or anything until November 19th. It's stupid bullshit that you get censored for just the little things. You know, it's not like I told the bitch to go kill herself. It's not like I told her I was going to kill her or something, you know. I just called her a racist bitch. I called her out in truth and said, racist bitch. Because that's what she was. You can't say things on fucking Facebook anymore. Same thing with Twitter. So Twitter, I've had a history of saying things, you know, on like CNN.com and all, calling them out for their fucking bullshit and stuff. But there was this incident where I was fucking around with this idiot on Twitter. Calls himself Captain N. I mentioned it before here on the show with Mike and them. He's a fucking idiot. You know, dude's a fucking 37-year-old pedophile. That's all. He's a 37-year-old pedophile. And he has multiple accounts on Twitter. I posted something. I say, yeah, this fucking retard here keeps thinking this and this and that. What happens? Twitter gets suspended. So, just for the fuck of it, I made another one. I made another Twitter. I had it up for a day and a half. And of course, the idiot found out I was back and all. What does he do? He reports it to Twitter staff. And then, of course, right away, instant suspension. I get the email, and it says, you were flagged. You're suspended for evading Twitter suspension. You're on permaban. So I'm like, so you're saying I'm not allowed to use your platform? I'm not allowed to have an account on your platform? You got a retard who's falsely flagging other people's Twitter accounts for no reason. And yet this dude is allowed to cyberbully others, lure underage kids into a role that are in a role-playing community. He's luring them to his side. And then, of course, if you're against him or if you hate him or whatever, he blocks you, stalks you, and attacks you. So this kind of person Twitter likes to have on their platform. But somebody like me, I post one little thing, I get instantly suspended, and I'm told, you're not allowed to use this platform. Like, okay, fuck Twitter. Fuck Twitter and their assholes. They're all it's liberal ran anyway, just like Facebook. Facebook is liberal ran anyway. Facebook is a piece of shit. Twitter's a piece of shit. All ran by fucking liberal Democrats. They don't like you using any kind of words against Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris or whatever the fuck that cunt's name is. You know, you just play good. Just don't say anything. I'm like, look, isn't the purpose of social media to voice out opinions, to post shit freely? Isn't it protected under well, probably not. It's a public forum. Facebook and Twitter are public forums. But you would think, I can voice my opinion on here. I can say whatever I want. Nope. Gets flagged instantly. So that's why we're no longer on Twitter. So if you guys want to get a hold of us, you can contact us in the comments section of our YouTube videos. Or when you comment on our streams anywhere on YouTube or on Twitch, we will get a link to our Discord out to you, and you can join us on Discord, and we can contact and we can communicate through there. That's pretty much about it with that. But social media wise, we're not going to take it to social media anymore. You know, we're going to be streaming here on YouTube, and we're streaming on Twitch. That's about it. We were streaming on Mixer, but Mixer shut down about 3 months ago because nobody was using Mixer anymore. Mixer is a dead it's pretty much a dead platform. That's pretty much what that is. So let's see, we are hour and a half into the show. I think I'm just gonna call it a day, guys. Did talk a bit today, you know. Mike, sorry we didn't hear too much from you. I know you were out and about looking for an aquarium and stuff, so it's all good. But yeah, it's like I said, November 1st. First day of November. We will try to have another stream sometime this week. Maybe this coming Saturday, I believe. We're going to try to do a few streams this month. I've thought about doing a Halloween stream the last couple of weeks, but things were tight, things were busy, and didn't get around to it. But I hope you guys had a good Halloween. You know, my family and I, we sure did. I took the kids out trick-or-treating last night. They had fun. They had a lot of candy, you know. When we got home, we watched a couple movies and went to bed. And, of course, got an extra hour of sleep. Like I said, daylight savings time just hit us early this morning. So if you guys have not set your clocks back yet, be sure to do so. So it is not an hour ahead. It's an hour behind. So you gain an hour. And sorry if you guys were at work this morning. I would have been, but I took the night off last night for the kids. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed your October. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. What are your what are your thoughts and opinions on today's show? What are your thoughts on today's topics? Please let us know down below in the comments section. Also, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming events on the podcast here. I may think about doing some gameplay streams here in the future. Not too sure. There are some games coming out that I would like to try out, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is due out next Tuesday, along with so many other games. And of course, Cyberpunk 2077, I think? Yeah, Cyberpunk. They delayed that game for about 21 days, so that's coming out December 10th now. I'll probably cover that again. I'll probably cover that on Thursday with games that get delayed and why they get delayed. So we'll talk about that then. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for today's program. Thank you for sticking around for my for my little freak out on everything. And I hope to see you guys later on this week. However, if you're in Discord, I'll send you a link to the other Discord chat that I'm in. If you guys want to join our Discord, try to hit me up somehow. I will get you in there. You can be a guest on the show next week. So other than that, from my co-host here and I know you're not here, man. Hopefully you're listening and all. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We will see you later. Stay tuned in live.